I got your timing now, but I'll bet you don't have enough hair on your ass to throw me another one.
Be sure and tell him Large Marge.
Hey, we ordered the damn shit, but we're hungry, not because we wanted to fuck around. So don't cuss me.
I know what the big deal
Fucking
about
ugly
Cracker
bitch.
Jack is. Did you ever go buy a pack of Cracker Jack fries in the box? Here's the pitch.
Rocky Doodle. What? Cha-cha cheetah. Free-wheel bicycle.
That's right. Are you walking or what? Welcome to another amazing episode of the Three-Wheel Bicycle Podcast. I said it time and time again. We're coming out of Casper, Wyoming. Wasn't going to do a show for a while, but then my man hit me up. So get ready for that. You've heard us talk about the Canton barn party. He's going to give you a lowdown. Plus, just some weird, strange things I found on the internet throughout the week, I guess. So I hope you're ready for that.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to that Three-Wheel Bicycle Podcast. Welcome, everybody. Once again, I am your host, Stevie V. I am rolling solo on this one. Joshin, I hit him up the other day when he was chilling down at B Diesel's. By the way, they're one of the sponsors of the episode. Yeah, and I still haven't heard back from him. I would assume he's probably out camping or something. Either or. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty different style of show, maybe. Not really style. I guess I'm just rolling solo on this one. But later on in the show, we have Ryan Adams, a.k.a. The Honor Roll, a.k.a. Three Names. Super excited for him to be on. He's going to basically give us the rundown of that Canton barn party for all you three-wheelers, as Josh calls y'all, the three-wheelers. I don't know why that was funny. Kind of dumb. Hit the wrong button. Either or, Ryan Adams is going to be on the show because a lot of you have heard us talking about it. It's going to be a super cool, super rad. I need to quit saying super so much. Not really. Hopefully everybody has had an amazing week. I'm going to be quite honest with you. The last time that I talked to Joshin, He asked me if I was going to do anything for the show this week, and I said was not going to because I was trying to get this painting done. It's pretty bad to the bone, to be quite honest with you. Not toot my own horn. It's the Medusa one. Pretty excited to go drop that off down at Glow. She asked me to do a little collaboration with her for her solo art show that's coming up. That's going to be at the Nicolason. She's going to throw some neon lights on that sucker. Super excited to see how that's going to turn out. If you'd like to check it out, you can head on over to Vanderheiden Design on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, what have you. Another thing I wanted to point out was thank you to everybody, the newcomers to the Facebook page and everything. Holy moly donut shop, that's amazing. Appreciate you guys. Not only that, everybody that had voted for Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast in the Oil City News contest. I believe it was broadcast personality. Patiently waiting to see what happens. See if we actually won or not. Even if we didn't, we truly appreciate you guys. So I guess, another thing I'm going to talk about later on in the show too. Thank you to the Middle of the Road podcast for having us on, once again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to answer the questions from the Skin Man, later on. And then in further episodes, I'm going to have Joshin will answer them too. But yeah, that'll be later on in the show. I guess another thing I wanted to point out too, as far as the Oil City News thing, I shared the article on our Facebook page when they came over and did a little article. So if you'd like to read that, check that out as well. Another thing, I guess too, there was an article, Canvas Rebel. Ugh, can't even talk. Talking too fast. Thank you to the wonderful downstairs studio audience. CanvasRebel.com magazine did an article. And once again, thank you to my beautiful wife for, she's the grammar one. She's very good at that stuff. I am not. Either or, if you haven't checked that out, please do. It's very cool. Very cool. Very humbling, too. Another thing I wanted to give a shout out to was Casper Artist Collective and T-Hawk Studio. So I guess I'm just going to jump into it right away. The Nate Diaz, Jake Paul fight. Had been talking about it. If you haven't got a chance, if you're new to the show, welcome. If you haven't got a chance, there is a bunch of other episodes on the wonderful podcast platforms. But yeah, I've been talking about it for a while. The press conferences were pretty funny. When it comes to the actual fight, thank you to the wonderful person that was live streaming on TikTok. Appreciate you. It's hard to really tell if these things are rigged anymore, but being punched in the face, it's kind of hard to, say it's fake or what have you, I guess. But to be quite honest with you, Jake Paul, I hate to say it. I watched I believe it was the 7th round on, but I seen some of the other things, and Jake Paul, he did a pretty damn good job. They worked him over pretty good, and then it came towards the end, and I don't know if any of you have seen it or not. I apologize if it's spoiler alert. I'm sure if you're on social media, you've already seen the results or what have you. But it was pretty funny how Nate went to go put him in the guillotine towards the end. And I don't remember exactly. I want to say it was either the 9th or the 10th round. Diaz, he was putting in work, and Jake Paul was backing him down. Or backing down, I guess. But yeah, and then he had held on to Diaz in the ropes for a little while, which was I don't know. It's a sign you're getting wore out, bud. It's a sign you're getting wore out. But either or, I mean, who knows? It would have been cool to see it maybe go into maybe like 15 rounds or something, just to see the longevity of it all. I don't know if you're a Nate Diaz fan or not, but even a Nick Diaz fan at that, that they can go for a while. You know what I mean? But either or. Moving on to the next thing. It is kind of, it's a little bit different not having Josh in here. I'm sure them guys are out camping or something. Either or. On to the next crazy thing that I found on the internet. There's some clip that's going around. It's like some viral video or whatever. This China zoo denies the sun bear is in a human suit. Or it's a human in a suit, I guess. Mind you, I have most of the stuff wrote down. So the time I'm sitting there writing to either or. So I don't know if you've seen the video or not. But it's an actual bear, that we would think. And it's standing up, and it's actually waving, like, at the people. And there's, I guess the speculation is, obviously, because it's standing there waving. But not only that, you can see the wrinkles kind of in the back of it, and it does kind of look like a suit. I don't know if it's true or not. If it is a person, it does look a little suspicious to me, to be quite honest with you. But either or, they were trying to say that it wasn't a human inside there. This is kind of interesting. In Sioux Falls, South Dakota, a man was caught on camera stealing a pool pump, like a pump out of for a pool. My question is, what in the hell are you using? What are you going to use it for? You know what I mean? Like, it's a pump. I don't know. Maybe, I guess there's not like a Cadillac converter inside of it. I don't think. I don't know. I guess I've never really had a pool pump to check it out. But yeah, very strange. People are stealing a lot of weird shit nowadays. It's very, I don't know. The world's going crazy. You know what I mean? Let's see. Here's another one. You guys remember the Flintstones TV show? You know, they had the movie as well. And when I was sitting here writing this down, because usually what I'll do, if I seen something, I'll just like screenshot it on my phone. Sorry. And, yeah, I had a feeling like after I wrote it down that I might have, asked this question, at one point in time. Their vehicle that they have, how do you think that back wheel stayed on? You know what I mean? Just envision the Flintstones, their vehicle. I mean, that's got to be a rough ride. You know what I mean? Obviously. But, I don't know. I wonder how it did stay on, though, because obviously it's going forward. The wheel has to go forward. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't have to, because if you think about it, it's like kind of like a cartoon. You know what I mean? So it's not really, I don't know, just one of those things, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I had to, so the last actual podcast that we did with, obviously, the Middle of the Road podcast, out in the garage, the other night, I'm currently down in the basement. It's been pretty hot here lately, and when I was out in the garage, I went and I moved like the cords for the mics and stuff, and they like stuck to the table. So I'm like, oh shit, well, yeah, I'm just gonna have to move everything back down in here. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that, but either or. Here's a little reminder I wanted to give everybody. September 15th, at Art 321, there's going to be an open bar for the little Molden books. The tickets are $30 a piece, and every ticket purchase comes with a book. So don't forget about that. Let's see, what else do we got on the little bit of a lineup here? I guess around town, Hardee's, both of those, went on to just randomly shut down, which is interesting, I guess. Maybe not interesting, but I don't know. Sometimes the service sucked. Sometimes it was all right. It took a while to get your food sometimes. I don't know. They have Mellow Yellow there. That's always good. Speaking of Mellow Yellow, that's what I got to go do. It's time for a potty break. 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 I said potty break. Potty break. Potty break. Potty break. Potty break. Potty break. Well, dang it. I guess I didn't make it back in time. That was a longer potty break than was anticipated. Not that funny. Anyway, there was something else that I seen that was quite interesting. For, I guess it's a little movie break time, I guess. Back to the Future 3, there was, how everybody, well, not everybody, I don't know why I say that all the time, but there's all these weird, like, hints. I guess it's stuff for, like, child, sex trafficking, kind of stuff. Just super fucked up shit. Well, anyway, there's a clip in Back to the Future 3 where it's at the very end of the movie. There's a little boy that's standing on the train as, what was his name? Doc, I guess, had, well, he was, I don't remember who the hell he was talking to be quite honest with you. Either or, doesn't matter right now. Well, so this little boy is, with his hand, he's gesturing. Gesturing? Is that even? Yeah, that's the. Anyway, gesturing like, come here with his hand. And then all of a sudden, like, he points to his, I don't know what the politically correct term is, but you get the picture. Just think about it. Well, don't think about it because that's, ugh. Yeah, anyway. Another little movie thing, I guess, for you would be, did you guys know that, remember the movie Young Guns, the 1988 movie, Young Guns, Bad to the Bone. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend going and checking it out. I should have loaded up a dang old clip on the soundboard here for it, I guess. But nonetheless, did you guys know that Tom Cruise actually played a little part in that movie? He was in one of the shootout scenes. I guess he strolled up into the whatever you set, I guess, as they were filming, and always wanted to be in a Western, I guess. But his character, did not make it. But just a little, I don't know, movie. But I don't know if you call them eggs or whatever. You know what I'm talking about, though. Speaking about movies, too, I recently watched the Cocaine Bear movie. Apparently it was a true story. I did not make it through the whole movie, not because it wasn't interesting. I just kind of fell asleep after I got done doing that painting and whatnot. But it seemed like a very interesting movie. To be quite honest with you, I don't know if I would actually go back to watch it again or try to, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think I would more like to watch like an actual like documentary type thing. I do remember that one point, I think it was after the movie maybe, but like I woke up and it looked like some of the real people that were there, I guess, or some shit. But I would prefer to watch something like that over, either or. Well, it's not a movie, it's an actual show. If you guys remember the video game Twisted Metal, there's an actual show on Peacock, as Jim Cornette would refer to it as the cock. Oh, yeah, I put that little clip at the beginning of the little intro there, too. That was pretty cool. I still got Josh and little 3, whatever it was. Some of you guys have, if it's your first time, I guess you wouldn't understand, but I added some new stuff. Either or. Twisted Metal. I've never really been a fan of, say, like, well, maybe this is no, it wouldn't be the first time a movie was made after a video game. But a lot of times, I don't know, the Mortal Kombat one was pretty cool, I guess, but it like kind of takes stuff away. It's like when they do like comics and turn it into like a real character or whatever. I don't know, it just not really my gig. But anyway, So, Twisted Metal, that show, I'd recommend it. Reason being, there's lots of cool little, I don't know what you would call it. Another Easter egg thing. That's what it was. Easter egg. In there. Pretty funny, too. I got to give a shout out to my man Dagan, too, because he texted me about it, or I would have not even known. But, yeah, it's pretty funny. I remember we used to play that game all the time anyway. Going back to memory lane. Too funny. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's about all I have for right now. Hold on. This was quite interesting too. Before we get into the phone call, did you guys know about LeBron James Promise School? Apparently got a bunch of funding for it, what have you. Anyway, the students haven't even passed a math class in like 3 years, which is kind of strange. I mean, what's really going on there, LeBron? I guess if some of you, I guess this should have went into the movie category, what I was just talking about. If some of you watched the Beetlejuice movie, there's a scene with some sculptures and stuff. Well, they're actually doing a sequel, I guess, for it. And they brought one of the sculptures down to the movie set where they're doing it at, and someone actually stole it. Like the day after that they had it, which is, I don't know, goes back to dumb people stealing shit, but like, what the fuck are you gonna do with that thing, man? Or gal, whatever. I mean, more than likely, someone's probably gonna come over or something and be like, oh, you know, I don't know. Dumb people. McDonald's, they're going to debut a new spin-off restaurant called Cosmics. I wonder what that's about. It almost kind of makes me feel like George Jetson. Little Jetson action. Maybe it's going to be all the way up in the air or some shit with Elon Musk or something. I believe this is how you say it. I don't know. I'm not 100%. Frugal man peels bananas before weighing them to save money. That's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. I wonder if do you think he would get in trouble for leaving the peels? Well, maybe he just threw them in the garbage. Oh, I would hope, I guess. I don't know. Is that legal? Is that even a legal procedure? This is very weird too. Family encased their deceased grandmother into a coffee table with epoxy resin. The picture looked pretty strange. I mean, I wonder how much that cost. Either or, very strange. Anyway, that's what I got for this first little segment here, I guess. We'll be back with you. I'm going to answer the middle of the road podcast, the Skin Man's questions. We're going to be back with Ryan Adams. He's going to give us a lowdown on the Canton barn party. I'm going to ask him a couple funny questions too. And then we got a couple little food facts for you. Anyway, thank you everybody that's been listening thus far. We're going to get into some more exciting stuff. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. We are gonna give Ryan Adams, aka 3 Names, aka the Honor Roll. We're gonna give him a call. Let you guys know about this Canton barn party. Let's go ahead and give him a call here. Can you hear me? You know, it's weird. It's not coming through the shit again. Can you hear me now?
What about now?
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Beautiful. Welcome to Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast.
Amazing. What's up?
Oh, not much. It was kind of acting weird, but hey, I tell you what, I did hit record this time, so you don't have to redo it.
There we go. Perfect.
How are you doing today, man?
Oh, it's pretty good. Just enjoying, 112-degree weather in Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
Can't complain too much.
Yeah, sweating your ass off then, nonetheless, right?
Every day, every single day.
So, thanks for coming on the show. I wanted to let some of our listeners, I guess, kind of get the feel because, almost every week, tell everybody about the Canton Barn Party, but it would be much more beneficial to have it come out of the horse's mouth. Is that correct?
Yeah, no, that sounds good to me. Absolutely. So, first and foremost, I want to say thank you for, agreeing to make the trek to your old stomping grounds over in, what is it, East River, South Dakota.
Oh, yeah, East River.
But yeah, so first and foremost, thanks for, wanting to be a part of it. It's going to be really cool. I don't know if you're going to set up your podcast or if you're going to do like spray painting or whatever, or if you're just going to sell pieces. Either or, I'm just excited that you're going to be there. We have about 17 to 20-ish around there. Different vendors and musicians that have either been, given slots through like giveaways. We just did 5 different musicians that we gave different slots to. And then, they purchased vendor slots to be able to sell their goods at the event. That being said, the event it's called a Small Alternative Business Festival because when I first came up with the idea of doing an event like this, it kind of just started as like a vague kind of idea of like, okay, I want to do something in Sioux Falls. That's kind of where I got my start in the music scene and everything. And I want to do it having to do with music, but I don't want it to just be centric on music because I'm a creative entrepreneur at heart. I have a lot of different things that I dabble in, I dabble in like the cannabis industry, worked in that for 2 years. Obviously like music in the entertainment industry. I've done high-end videography, pictures, social media marketing, social media management. So I've had my hand in a lot of different small businesses.
Yeah, you just started a podcast too.
Yeah. So it's like I wanted, because doing like social media marketing and stuff, like when I was working with Kaizen and when we had started that business right before, that was our main focus, is working with different businesses and brands and small businesses. So I wanted to kind of build a platform that, helps people like that, you know, the people that have like that are painters, or that like one of the people that have signed up, one of them is a nonprofit for kittens, like a kitten rescue. Another one is non-alcoholic ginger brews.
I
so
just
like
seen
they
that today. Very cool.
and they actually do like where they cultivate the ginger and do all of the things, just minus, you know, the actual alcohol part of it. So that's really cool. They're going to be our non-alcoholic drink sponsors for the event. Then we have a women's boutique that is for women of all, you know, ages, sizes, you know, whatever, like across the whole board for women. So that was really cool. They just signed up the other day.
Nice.
Got a lady who writes children's books that I'm just still waiting to hear back from her. And then another lady who makes all natural dog treats. So I wanted to open it up to not just be for musicians, to be for like, you know, just creative entrepreneurs, people who are trying to start their own small businesses or trying to start their own thing, their own brand that might need, you know, a little platform to kind of showcase what they have to offer as far as their brand goes. And I really wanted to do that too, is because I wanted to push musicians and bands and artists into that direction. Because I didn't really start seeing success as an artist or as a musician until I started taking it seriously like a business. And I think that's like, you know, by developing it and saying it's a small alternative business festival and really still focusing on these musicians and stuff, because they're businesses, right? So that's another thing that I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to help people understand that, like, hey, you need to market and promote yourself just like a regular business would market and promote themselves, you know? And you still have a product, you still have customers, you still, like, your fans are your customers, you still have a product, you still need to do the marketing, you still need to do everything that needs to be done for it. And so that's why I did it small alternative business, because as a musician, it's your business, you know, like you should be considering yourself as a business. So shout out to all of like the bands and stuff. We have 8 different acts that are performers. So 2 comedians and 9. So we have 2 comedians and 7 performers, ranging from hip hop and R&B all the way to, like, one dude does like a blend of hip hop, R&B, and EDM. We have like a 3-piece band. We have a couple solo artists. One of them might play with like violins and stuff like that. So it's a really large variety. Another dude that is one of the homies, Plastic Blow. Shout out to him. He makes really cool music. So like there's going to be a huge different and wide range of different artists there as well. Because again, you know, that's why we kind of coined the small alternative business festival theme, is because we didn't want it to just be, you know, Wyoming, let's make country. No, like it's not, you know, that's like the low hanging fruit, right? That's like what everybody expects and stuff. So it's just trying to push the envelope in a place where, you know, maybe it hasn't been pushed very, very much before. So but super excited for the fact that we're gonna have a big tent, maybe 2 tents, depending on if we get, you know, some more people signed up in the next 2 weeks before I completely close the signups for the vendors. But we're gonna have a stage out in the middle of this pretty big like field to the side of the Canton barn, which they have a full bar inside of there. You're gonna have $2 taps. So the drinkers are gonna have, you know, something great to do. They're gonna have something to look forward to. And then we also have we're gonna have a party bus that's going from downtown Sioux Falls to the Canton barn and back. And if I can get it scheduled to do that every single hour, so that, you know, if you want to go out there, catch a couple acts, but you don't want to stay there for 7 hours, you can just get a ride on the bus back. You know,
nice.
Depending on, like, you know, just kind of like a city bus. You know, you time it up right. But so that's kind of what we're working with. And then you know, we're hopefully, like, so I think going forward is we really appreciated the response to what we did as far as like the poll. So we had like 20 something bands and different artists submit to be the last 5. So what I did is I turned it into a poll, and then we started discussing about it, and we're like, dude, why don't we fill this gap that's here? And then Small Alternative Business Festival, it's also like an awards-based thing for people too. So we have 5 awards this year for the different musicians and artists that we're going to be giving away. It's going to be the most popular all genres, most popular hip hop. Then there's going to be the Newcomer Award, the best band name or most unique band name, and then there's going to be the Genre Bending Award, which is basically someone who I was talking about him earlier. His name's Corbin Jensen, the one that actually won that award this year. And he takes EDM and hip hop and R&B and soul and just melts it together with his producer into like a really, really unique sound that I'm really excited to, kind of like put him up on this pedestal and say, hey guys, like, look at this guy, look at what this guy is doing. Check him out, along with all the rest of the artists too. But that's probably my favorite award that we're giving away, just because it is super unique. It's something after my own heart too, because I'm really weird and I don't make just one kind of music. I have to make all those different kinds of music.
Yeah, I bet you. Josh, he isn't here right now, but he's gonna be super excited to beat him because he really gets into, all that style of mixing up different genres and all that rad shit.
Yes. So I'm excited for that, and then to continue that as we go. So as soon as the Small Alternative Business Festival is done this year, we're going to start planning for year 2, the one that's going to be in Sioux Falls. And then I want to branch this kind of like the same format out to Wyoming. So if you have any listeners out there that want to be a part of this, or kind of, or like, hey, that does sound like a good idea, we want to do that, whatever, go ahead and just reach out to old Vanderheiden. Let's get it rocking.
Yeah, shit, yeah. I'm super excited. I think I'm gonna try to do something as we're driving down. Excuse me. As we're cruising down there, I might make like a little documentary of our trip and all that shit. It's gonna be super fun, man.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I gotta smoke. Well.
So give all these wonderful listeners, what's the date? Where is it going to be? How much are the tickets?
So it is going to be September 17th. It's at the Canton Barn, which is just located right outside of Canton, South Dakota. It's about 25 minutes outside of Sioux Falls. On the 17th, which is a Sunday, and it's going to start at 3 o'clock. The first act is going to actually be a comedian. Her name's Sarah Manson. Shout out to her. She will start at 3:30. The vendors will be set up already at 3 o'clock. So, and it's $10 a ticket, $15 like if you're coming the day of. We do still have some online tickets for $12, and there's quite a few physical $10 tickets that are in the hands of the promoters. So once those are out, then you're gonna have to go online and either purchase a ticket or pay $15 at the door. With the $10 tickets, so if anybody is listening from the Mitchell, South Dakota, Sioux Falls, South Dakota area and wants to go, message the PRD, the PRD Entertainment page on Instagram or Facebook, and let us know, and I can link you up with a physical ticket, because the physical tickets actually get you on the party bus as well. So
it gets you incentive.
Yeah. So the physical tickets get you, so like you can get on and off the party bus as it goes back and forth, and we're gonna stock it, with a couple cases of beer and stuff. So it's gonna be something where if you get on that party bus from Sioux Falls to Canton right at 3, you're gonna have one heck of a time.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're we're going for with that one, and then, but yeah, it's from 3 till 10 p.m. So the last artist is going to be Noah Benjamin, who goes on at 9:30. So everything will be done about 10:15-ish, and yeah, back home for the Sunday. But
Yeah.
it's should be a pretty good time.
You're gonna get up on stage, right, and rip it?
I'm hosting it.
Gotcha.
So I'm actually, I'm not going to be rapping or singing or anything. I'm actually hosting this show, and then I'm hosting a show in Wichita.
Oh, shout out to Wichita.
Yeah, in October. So we ended up doing 5 events this year. So, and I mean, which is cool. My goal was to do 10 in like 4 or 5 different cities. So we did 5 in 2 different cities. So, you know, if I can get a couple more rounded out by the end of the year, get a little bit closer to my goal, that'd be cool. But still really pumped about, you know, all the ones that we've done and all this stuff. Like, the main one was the one in Sioux Falls. We did 4 free events, but those are just promotional marketing events towards this one anyway. So,
yeah, hopefully, well, the fellas on the Middle of the Road podcast, they're actually out of Wichita, Kansas. So, I'm sure they're going to be listening to this episode.
yeah,
but hopefully we can get some of them fellas down there too.
Yeah, well, and then, I mean, when I'm down in Kansas, I'll be there by myself for a few days. So, I might get their contact from you, and then reach out to them and see if they wanted to do a podcast when I'm there.
Oh, I'm sure just by you saying that, they're gonna get in contact with you. They are some cool dudes, for real, man.
Nice.
They really are.
Nice. But yeah, because I mean, what's like the reason why I'm hosting and not performing is I wanted to, like, so when I got approached by investors and my partners and stuff, they're like, hey, dude, we want to do some events. We want to do like some of your ideas. We want to put some money behind your music. You know, we want to do the thing that you've been trying to do for like 10 years. We want to do that thing. And when it got to that point, I kind of like thought to myself, I'm like, you know, what I really, really want to do is utilize this opportunity to like, kind of like, because I don't have any new music out. So I feel like it's kind of taking away from like the artists who have done a lot of work this year. If I like were to go and perform shit that I've had from like 3 years ago, it feels like self-serving. Yeah, I guess.
Yep, you know what I'm saying? Yep, that makes a lot of sense.
And so I'm going to self-serve myself in a different way by hosting, and then just acknowledging the fact that I will have an album coming out. I sent you one of the roughs the other day of King Midas. I'll have an album coming out either late October or right at the beginning of the year, depending on how these mixes go. I got like 4 more songs to mix. But yeah, so, you know, I'm just going to take the opportunity to host some shows and just talk about the things that I have going on and coming out, and then do a lot of performing and stuff in 2024. I'm already looking into doing performances at like some cannabis events in Arizona and some different festivals and stuff. So my goal is definitely. And then if anybody in Wyoming wants to bring the old Wyoming boy there, just let me know.
Yeah,
come in there and tear it up. So I'm not gonna lie, my favorite thing about this whole entertainment aspect is performing. It's the like up on par with playing college football for me. So I'm really excited to get these songs done and then actually like go perform. Because I've never had that ability to. It was like I've always been engineering and producing for people and doing other business things or doing social media or doing content or whatever. Like right now, after we get done with like these shows coming up, I can kind of more just be an artist, which, you know, my 8-year career making music and art, like I've never been able to kind of sit back and just focus on my own art. It's always been either like focusing on every other aspect of it, and then that kind of like is the last thing I'm focused on, which, you know, now it's one of the top 3 things I'm focused on. So that's just a blessing in itself. So I'm just really excited for this, you know, next 6 months to a year that I got planned out for music and art and everything.
Shit, yeah. Yeah, you know, it's kind of funny. Well, last week after we got done doing the show, I was talking with one guy on that podcast, and I even was telling Josh, too, that I was going to take a little break from doing the podcast stuff so I could focus on doing the art and all that. Well, I got that one painting done.
The Medusa one?
Yeah, dude, that fucker is pretty sick.
That was sick.
But yeah, and then, well, yeah, shit, the other day when I just, you tagged me or something like that, then I was like, shit, I haven't had you on yet to let our listeners know about the Canton Barn Party and all that stuff, you know what I mean? So I was like, shit, I better just rock it. I'm not sure where Josh is. That's no BS either, but I texted him on Friday night, and I'm sure he's out camping. But yeah, either or. I got one question for you.
What's up?
Before, because either a guest or Josh is usually here when I'll ask a strange question, I guess, one to make you think. But here is my question to you, man. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Why do ants and elephants have conflict during mating season?
Like with each other?
Yeah. It's a
Like
thing.
they have conflict with each other during mating season.
Yeah.
Like is this like a riddle, or is this something that like
I guess it's for real, dude. Why do you think that they beef?
no, like it's not like a riddle that you're like it has like some weird question
No, that was
or like some answer. Like this is real. They beef with each other.
I guess.
Ants and elephants beef
Yeah.
with each other during mating season.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it probably had something to do with territorial and habit. So I watched this documentary one time, it's no joke, about elephants. How it's something like they like were bulldozed like through this town instead of going around it, because that town was erected at like, and they had like made like it was during their mating season or some shit, and it's like
okay.
they walk through this town every year during that time, and like people just can't do anything about it because they've been walking through that town for eons type shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, like it was something like that. So I would venture to guess that's why they have beef, because I'm assuming it's the elephants' mating season, not the ants, because ants lay larvae. So because it's the elephants' mating season, they're mammals. I'm assuming the ants, out here doing some fuck shit.
Literally.
Just literally doing some fuck shit. And like, maybe maybe it could be the excrement that the elephants are defecating or whatever. It might be a little bit more nutritious in something than like normal, because of trying to get their freak on, and maybe the ants are more more susceptible to that or whatever. Like I don't know, man. Like, I just never thought those two animals would beef like that.
I didn't really think so either. To be quite honest with you, because I don't know. I just look up strange questions or whatever. My computer isn't running fast enough right now, unfortunately, because I was going to try to see if there is an actual answer.
Ants can bring giant elephants down to their knees.
Wow.
This one's called Ants Really Do Scare Elephants. Oh my gosh. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Columns of angered ants will crawl up into elephant trunks to repel the hungry beasts from devouring tree cover throughout drought-plagued East African savannas. The inside of an elephant's trunk is tender and highly sensitive to thousands of biting, swarming ants. So, for whatever reason that the elephant's fucking with like the trees and stuff, And then when they eat, oh my gosh. So basically, yeah. Yeah. They love to eat it. I think it has something to do with their diet.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just learned something today. Did you?
That ants literally fuck up elephants by crawling into their trunks. And these ants play a central role in preventing animals that want to eat trees from doing extensive damage to those trees. Where was that? Potentially playing an important role in regulating the carbon sequestration in these ecosystems. Ants have been out here saving trees from elephants for hundreds of years, thousands of years. What? Oh man. But giraffes are different because their long tongues just swipe away the ants before they could inflict any pain.
Ah, makes sense. They obviously have to crawl all the way up. Man, that's a long crawl.
That's just ridiculous.
That is crazy.
But hey, there you go. There's your answer.
Yep.
I Googled it and I feel like I was 40% right.
Yeah.
You know, I said it had something to do with eating something, but I said it had something to do with pooping it back out. But really, it had everything to do with the ants just protecting their homes.
Yeah. Very interesting. I learned something today. Well, I'm always learning new shit, I guess. Too funny. Anywho, do you got anything to add before we get up out of here?
Yeah, I would just say if you go to the zoo and like the Shannon Mountain Zoo in Denver and like you're around the elephants and you start seeing them acting crazy, like people listening at home, just know it's probably ants.
Yeah.
But we have to discuss the ants for like 10 more seconds. So I gotta ask, like, do you think that these gotta be like African ants, right? Which I'm assuming are just scary as shit.
Well,
they're like,
I'm
safari
sure.
jungle ants. Yeah, okay.
Like some
So,
hardcore biters.
Yeah, I feel like the ants in the Midwest ain't doing shit to the elephants.
No.
So, I mean, I feel like they just like blow them out like snot rockets.
That'd be crazy if there's an elephant in Wyoming. Like if someone owned one.
Is there not a zoo in Wyoming? That's why I said Cheyenne Mountain Zoo.
I don't think there is.
The Cheyenne. So the closest one is the one in Denver.
Yeah. Yep.
I watched an ape eat its own throw up and try to fight my grandpa through the glass at that one when I was a kid.
Holy moly.
But anyways, okay.
Yeah.
We got it. Ants, elephants, fuck, crazy. No, I don't have anything else. If you're gonna be in the Sioux Falls area, go to the Canton Barn on the 17th. I'll see you there. That's right.
We
will see you there. Yes, we will see you there.
I totally appreciate your time. When I cut this off, if you have a few, I'm gonna give you a jingle. We could talk outside of this shit.
No, yeah, appreciate you. Just come right back.
What's that podcast plug? What's the name of that?
What's up? The podcast, the one that I do?
Yep.
It's hashtag PRD time with 3 names. So hashtag party time with 3 names. That's my artist name. Plug it real quick. I literally just get high as shit and talk about stuff. Sometimes I preview people's music. Sometimes I just do announcements for our shows and I announce it that way. It's just kind of cool. You know, it's kind of funny just seeing like, hey guys, I'm going to tell you this, and then just be like, but you have to go listen to me do it. I'm not even going to tell you like via video everybody else does.
That's right.
But yeah, so, you know, just be like, go listen to this. But it's cool. Do you use a Spotify podcast? Like, is that what you use to cut everything up?
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'll talk to you after this.
Okay. right, we'll talk logistics
Yeah.
after this.
The behind the scenes stuff. Hey, once again, man, I totally appreciate you taking a few out so we can talk about this. Yeah, and for the wonderful people that are listening, I will be back, and I'm going to talk about, respond to the Middle of the Road podcast, Skin Man's questions. I'm going to throw some history on top of that. We'll be right back. No need to touch that dial. We are right back. Thank you once again, Ryan, for coming on, letting everybody know about that wonderful Canton barn party that's going to be going down. Next month. Just a couple more things for you before we call her quits for the episode. I found some like food facts, I guess, that came up on my feed one day. Did you guys know about this diamond apple, which it has like a black hue, and I guess it tastes sweeter than honey, and it's only found in Tibet. Did not know about that. Very interesting. Another thing, there's these peppers that are grown in Japan called I'm not sure if this is how you say it, shishoti pepper. I don't know. There's only 10 of them. And there's only one that's spicy, and you don't know. Man. Throat's getting raspy. You don't know which one it is, essentially. I'm sure it's pretty spicy. I tell you what, I do like the spicy every now and again. After doing that hot chip challenge, it's almost like I can but I'll try anything out that's hot. I tried that Hellraiser sauce. I think I talked about this on the other show. I tell you what, it's not bad testing out them hot foods. The only thing is when you know, it comes out your backside is when it's not too much fun, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so I wanted to, and if you have been listening, which I'm sure you have, so be sure to go check out the Middle of the Road podcast. Like I had said recently, we were on their show last week. Listen to their newest show. The Skin Man was back on. Apparently he drove. He tried driving to Wyoming, I guess. And he turned around in Fort Collins, I guess. But he had a couple questions. And once Joshin is back in the studio, I'll ask him the same question so you can get his response from that. One thing I wanted to say before I get into that, TJ was talking about these K-tags. And I'm pretty sure it's the same as a tow bill. The funny thing was, or not toll. The funny thing was, is I actually got one in the mail yesterday. Crazy. Anyway, enough of that fake ass laugh. So one of the questions the Skin Man shot this way was, were we ever into thrash BMX? I tell you what, never got really into like the actual like aspect of like racing or anything like that. I did have a pretty sweet Schwinn back in the day. It was gold, had them fat pegs on the front and the back. It was pretty bad at the bone. As far as a bicycling, not that much. About the only bicycling I do would be, right down the street with the kids. Shout out to my man Jake for hooking it up with that sweet West Coast Choppers bicycle. That thing is pretty sweet. Hard to ride, though. What age did you decide your genre of music? Ooh. Well, what's funny is I actually went and, you hear that? Those are my notes. Man, to be quite honest with you, I'm not really sure what age it was when I decided. Dang it. I would have to say it was right around the crisscross jump era when I heard that tune. And that's kind of when my parents always listened to country music. And I still do today, not the newer stuff. I'm more of an outlaw country man myself. I'm not sure exactly what age it was, though, so I apologize about that. Coach Casey said my favorite band might be Whitesnake. That is pretty funny. Whitesnake. I'm trying to think of what song they sing right now. I'm trying to blank. The one that I can think of, it's Warrant, though. Cherry Pie. Or no, what's that other? Oh, no, that's Poison. Every rose has its thorn. Favorite bit from the show? To be honest with you, I would say it's really fun when Joshin gets doing his thing. And then, just kind of, I don't know, freestyle off the top of my head of the stuff we're going to talk about, and just, it's a pretty good time. I don't know if that's a bit. I guess that's the intro to the show, but it's still pretty sweet. Favorite dessert? I would have to say, cheesecake's pretty damn good. I think that's probably the only, I don't know. I don't really eat dessert very much. I don't really eat cake. Very rarely eat ice cream, although I have been eating a bunch lately just because it's hot out. And taking the kids to go get ice cream and all that wonderful dad stuff. The other question was, are there moose in Wyoming? I know there is some around Jackson, Wyoming. I seen a picture. Well, I think it was about last year. There was I don't really know what the politically correct term for a baby moose is, but one of them was kind of running around the outskirts of Casper, which was quite interesting. Very, very big animals. There are some bears and stuff around here too. Let's see. Speaking of that, I'm going to get into, here's a little bit of fascinating facts, I guess, about good old wonderful Casper. Man, my voice is pretty raspy. Talking a bunch today. Oh, excuse me. All right. Casper is the second largest city in Wyoming. Casper's nickname is the Oil City. It has major oil fields. That we do. That makes no sense. Listen to this. This is in, it's like a little pamphlet type thing, I guess. It has a bunch of, advertisements in it. Nonetheless, this is another one of Casper's fascinating facts, I guess. In 1988, while playing for the Cincinnati Reds, he threw a perfect game, 27 outs in a row. And that's all it says. There is no name. Maybe that's what his name is. I don't know. Here's a funny joke for you. What do you call a teddy bear? No, not a teddy bear. Sorry, I read that wrong. What do you call a bear with no teeth? Are you ready? Pretty corny. A gummy bear. Here's one for all those NBA fans. Whose silhouette is a logo on the NBA logo? Who is it? Do you know? I'll give you a few here. It's Hall of Famer, Laker, Jerry West. That's right. That's pretty sweet little fact for you right there. Which player holds the record for 61 NHL records? The one and only Wayne Gretzky. That was kind of an easy one. Not sure why I got into this. Probably because I wanted to thank our wonderful sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Little Shop of Burgers, B Diesels, Active Life Photo, along with Trailer Park Baker, Debo's Painting, Two Bowls Tattoo, of course, Vanderheiden Design. You can't forget about that for all your wonderful spray paint art needs. Yeah. Be sure to check them out on all of them wonderful platforms. They're out there. You just got to search for them. Another one, of course, we talked about his upcoming event next month, Little Molden Books. Shout out to him, along with Mobile Onsite Oil. That's right. All right. I guess this is the last little portion of the show. kind of a bummer, I guess. Even though everybody passes away. The late great Pee Wee Herman. If you have been looking at the cover photo on this page, obviously, or not page, the cover art of the episode, there's a Pee Wee Herman. It's a skate deck that I did. Remembrance of him. Just a little info about the man. 1985 was when Pee Wee's Playhouse first came out. Holy moly. I don't know if you remember or not, but that was probably, I don't know, that was one of my favorite shows. I do remember it. When it came out, I guess I was only like one, but I do remember it would have been later on, obviously, in the seasons. Another favorite of mine was the Big Top Adventure. Very, very cool movie. The kids love it. Still to this day. He's a loner, Dottie, and you should know that. He was in other films such as Blow, Cheech and Chong. Here's a very interesting one that I don't know if a lot of you know about, but he was in that movie Moonwalker with Michael Jackson years ago, obviously. Another thing, there was a little clip that he did with Funny or Die Pee Wee Goes to Sturgis. And ironically enough, it is that rally time. So if you are in around that area, please be safe. It's a wonderful time. I've been there a few times. Yeah. If you've never been to Sturgis, South Dakota for the rally, you definitely need to go check it out. I guess one of the goals I have, when I will be 50 years old, it will be the 100th anniversary. And a goal of mine is to actually be able to, not actually, I'm going to do it, ride to the rally. Because let's be honest here, that's like the really only true way to get the full experience, I guess. But anyhow, thank you once again, everybody that has been tuned in for the show today. It's a little strange with Josh and not here. But either or, we got through it. Thank you once again, Ryan Adams, for giving us the rundown. Let's see, what else do we got? Of course, we thank our sponsors. You guys are amazing. We'll see you next time, whenever that is. Shout out to all you wonderful listeners on the Spotify, Apple, Google. Oh, man, there's so many different platforms. We truly appreciate you. That is no joke. We'll see you back here next time. Josh and should be here. He will be here, I believe. Either hopefully you enjoyed the episode, laughed, learned something. Obviously, we had a little interesting conversation about ants and elephants. But yeah, either or. We will make sure to share it up with your friends too. Thank you, everybody, for following us on those wonderful social media platforms. You are amazing. And thank you for letting us borrow your ear. Drive safe. If you're driving, I guess. Either or, leave us a message. You can do that right through the app. You just click on one of those deals. If you leave us an actual voicemail, I will put it on the show. You can tell us to piss off or, just something you want to talk about. Just let us know. Truly appreciate you. As for your host, Stevie V, I'm signing off. Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast.
Rocky what? Cha-cha cheetah. Free-wheel bicycle.
Hey, we ordered the damn shit. But we're hungry, not because we wanted to fuck around. Don't cuss me, you fucking ugly bitch.
Be sure and tell them Large Marge sent ya.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
Well, I signed off. Raspy throat, but I am signing back on because I forgot to tell you some history.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Yeah, so I'm signing back on because I forgot to give you some of that this day in history. August 7th, which is the day that this is coming out, 1782, George Washington creates the Purple Heart, which is pretty sweet. Shout out to that. Shout out. Let's see, what else do we have on? Today is actually a National Lighthouse Day. As well. Hopefully this is not too loud. National Lighthouse Day. National Purple Heart Day. August 7th. That's right. You're tuned into Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast. Oh, man. Anyway, I had to give you the history. Nonetheless, thank you, everybody that has tuned in to this extremely different episode of the show. Thank you once again to the sponsors: Little Shop of Burgers, B Diesels, Kamikaze Kid, Two Bulls Tattoo, Debo's Painting. Of course, you can't forget about Vanderheiden Design, Spray Paint Art. We got the Mobile On-Site Oil. Holy moly. Trailer Park Baker. She bakes the best cakes in town. That's right. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Appreciate each and every one of you. We will see you back next week. I actually got off the phone with Josh just a little bit ago. So yeah, we're going to give you a new episode next week as well. Everybody, appreciate you. Be easy. Have a great week. Click them links down below. I'm out of here. Stevie V. Skeezier than a Sunday. You're listening to Three Wheel Bicycle Podcast, coming out of Casper, Wyoming. And I am signing out.